Okay, camera on, check, 1, 2, microphone, are we good? So this is an important video because this is the first episode of the second season of Oscar predictions. I've been on YouTube for about a year now. I've covered the Oscar predictions last year and I am covering them again this year. I'm doing this first episode a bit early, in comparison to last year's. But, it's all a bit of fun, all a bit of chatter, all a bit of banter, and we're just going to see what we predict. This is all opinion, and opinions can change. Next month, when I do my second episode, I could have different films, I could have different actors in different places. So don't take anything I have here to heart. If I left out one of your favorite films, I apologize. I apologize, truly, so sorry. But it can change. Next episode, I might have your favorite movie in there because maybe I've given it more thought. I maybe have watched the film. So, things can change. We are in the present. We don't look into the future too much. So we just gotta live in the present for now. But things can change. Just keep in mind. So look, no more chit chat. We're just gonna get straight into the video. Starting off with the big boy, the best picture. You can see them now on screen. Nightmare Alley is my number one spot. You have Guillermo del Toro. I've covered a video last year which actually done pretty well, and I was discussing Guillermo del Toro's upcoming films. One of them being Nightmare Alley, the other Pinocchio. No word of Pinocchio just yet, but this year we have Nightmare Alley. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, Blizzard, we haven't gotten a trailer, we haven't gotten anything for this film. What makes you put it on the top spot? It's Guillermo del effing Toro. Okay? Alexandre Desplat is doing the score, written and directed by Guillermo del Toro, co-written by Kim Morgan, and it is about a con man who teams up with a female psychiatrist to trick people into giving them money. Yes, I am reading it from screen, and that is the actual plot, so it might have sounded weird me just talking about that, but that is the plot. December 3rd is the initial release date. Hopefully it stays to that December 3rd, and, hopefully it doesn't get postponed. I would lose my marbles if it gets postponed. Because this film I am most anticipated about, to be honest. But let's talk about the others. We have Soggy Bottom, Paul Thomas Anderson. Every cinephile loves Paul Thomas Anderson. There Will Be Blood, Inherent Vice, Phantom Thread, Punch Drunk Love. Boogie Nights. Similar to Guillermo, he is a genius, mastermind. And, without a doubt, you have Benny Safdie, Bradley Cooper, starring in the leading roles for Soggy Bottom. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of reading here. So it follows a high school student becoming an actor in the 1970s. Others include House of Gucci. Everybody saw the House of Gucci trailer. Everybody lost their shit with the House of Gucci trailer. It's probably my fastest viewing video on the channel with my House of Gucci trailer reaction. Ridley Scott. The cast is just outstanding. Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, Jared Leto, Al Pacino, Salma Hayek, Jeremy Irons. It's big. It's big, and it's going to be a great film. So instead of me just kind of going down the list, you can see them yourself. But, my strong contenders would be Nightmare Alley and Soggy Bottom, and House of Gucci, obviously because they're top 3. But I'll let you look at the other ones. I have never missed a Wes Anderson film. So I am really looking forward to this. Coming to theaters in October, I am definitely going to watch it. Huge cast. Sometimes a big cast flops in a film, but Wes Anderson pulls it off. I think he's the only director that can pull off a huge cast. Maybe there's others, maybe. But in terms of A-list actors, this is an unpopular opinion. Unpopular. I know I have West Side Story number 10, right? And that could change. I'm a big fan of musicals, don't get me wrong. I am. Okay? And we also have In the Heights, and we also have Tick Tick Boom. I could have put in here. But it's Steven Spielberg. I'm giving it a chance. But here's my thoughts. You have a big director. Like huge. Steven Spielberg. Everybody knows Steven Spielberg. Okay? Here's my problem. The original West Side Story won Best Picture. Okay? What I don't understand is why make a remake of a film that already won Best Picture? Because it's going to be difficult to surpass the rave reviews of the first one. The first one went global. The original is still relevant today. They show it in English class in high school and stuff like that. It's a gem, right? So what I'm trying to say is, why make a remake of a film that done so well and also won Best Picture? And guess who's starring in it? Ansel Elgort. I know there's like some accusations behind Ansel Elgort, but why isn't Steven Spielberg doing a Ridley Scott? You know, with replacing Kevin Spacey with all the money in the world. Why isn't he just replacing Ansel Elgort? I feel like that could be a big disadvantage for the film. I've only heard that he was accused of some accusations. I don't know if that has passed or if they came out false. But, you know, it's a bit of a risk. But you still have Corey Stoll, Rita Moreno and Rachel Zegler co-starring alongside him. Look at Guillermo del Toro with Nightmare Alley. Nightmare Alley is a remake. I bet you if you go out in the town and say, oh, have you watched the original Nightmare Alley? 1947. People would be like, no, man. No. What's that? You know what I mean? But if you ask them, oh, have you watched the original West Side Story? Oh, yes. I love that film. You get what I mean? A lot of people would familiarize themselves with West Side Story than the original Nightmare Alley. Like, I know loads of directors. Everybody makes remakes these days, right? But I'm just saying, in terms of this year, and in terms of Best Picture, if you're comparing Guillermo and you're comparing Steven in terms of the films they're remaking, the original West Side Story kind of surpasses the original Nightmare Alley. So it's going to be harder for the new West Side Story to surpass the original West Side Story, but it could be easier for the new Nightmare Alley to surpass the original Nightmare Alley, because not a lot of people may have watched the original Nightmare Alley, so they're looking at it as a brand new film. I don't know, I'm probably going off on a rant here. It could be the best film ever made, West Side Story, the new one. It could be the best film ever. But I love musicals, don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of them. So look, I'm hoping the best, and I'm giving it a chance. That's why it's my number 10 spot. But it could move out of there in the next episode. We're not too sure. Okay, so Best Director, as you can see now on screen, that's my top 5 as it stands. You know, sometimes Best Director and Best Picture go hand in hand. Not all the time, but I'm sort of keeping it the same. Denis Villeneuve, I feel like he actually could move up in future episodes, because I feel like the direction is just amazing, just by judging the trailers alone. Paul Thomas Anderson though, Ridley Scott, they all really have a chance here. Jane Campion, you know, it's all out in the air, but sometimes, you know, Best Picture and Best Director are hand in hand with nominations, but you just gotta wait and see. Moving on to Best Actress, there's a couple of things I could have changed here. Look, I think Lady Gaga is my front runner. I don't think it will change. I could have put in Kristen Stewart for Spencer. She's playing Princess Diana, and that could happen in my next episode. Cate Blanchett is probably one that could be replaced. Nightmare Alley, I'm not too sure how much of a role she has, how much of a strong performance she has. We don't even have a trailer, so it's hard to judge her performance, but I'm giving it a chance. I'm putting her in there for now. Jennifer Hudson, respect. I feel like the Academy don't pass on musical biopics. Like Frances McDormand, like my strongest ones there would be Lady Gaga and Kirsten Dunst. Okay, Kirsten Dunst for The Power of the Dog. Now, the reason I don't have Frances McDormand up higher, I'm not just putting her in third place because she already won 3 leading role Oscars. You know, she's starring in her husband's movie, The Tragedy of Macbeth, alongside Denzel Washington, so it could be a huge performance. You know, I'm not doubting that at all. And we all know that Frances McDormand can give one hell of a performance. But just by the trailer alone with House of Gucci, I feel Lady Gaga is definitely the front runner. Maybe once I watch it in the theatre, I can judge even more. I need to see The Power of the Dog as well for Kirsten Dunst, and Tragedy of Macbeth for Frances McDormand. But it is what it is. And this is the way it's going to lie at the moment. Best Actor, my dudes. Look, pretty straightforward. Will Smith for King Richard. I feel like this is definitely Will Smith's Oscar film. Don't know if he'll win. Bradley Cooper for Nightmare Alley. Joaquin Phoenix for Come On, Come On. It's a pretty straightforward lineup. Adam Driver, House of Gucci, Lady Gaga, House of Gucci. I know I have them kind of front runners at the moment. It could change. Denzel can move up in front. Even Will Smith could move up. Joaquin Phoenix, I'm pretty low at the moment. Come on. We don't know much about it. I don't know much about it anyway. But it's Joaquin Phoenix. My wild card for this is Timothée Chalamet. He's in Dune. So I feel like I wouldn't say he's overdue because he's very young, but he definitely has given great performances in the past, and I feel the Academy shouldn't overlook Dune as his leading performance. Best Supporting Actress. This is kind of where it gets weird. I'm really, this was tough for me. Okay, look, just to kind of cover this a bit fast because I'm not. Rooney Mara, Toni Collette, both from Nightmare Alley. We have seen that before. Okay, 2 actresses, 2 actors getting nominated for the same film. Irishman, for example. Okay, it happens more with supporting than it does with leading. But yeah, Toni Collette, Rooney Mara, both Nightmare Alley could have a chance. Absolutely. Judi Dench, Belfast. Don't know much about Belfast. But yeah, it's Judi Dench playing it safe right there. We have Anne Dowd and we have Ariana DeBose. Ariana DeBose for West Side Story. It's West Side Story. I know I'm giving West Side Story a second nomination, but I've seen her name pop up on a couple of Oscar prediction sites, so that's why I'm putting her in there. Congratulations, Ariana. You have made my top 5 Best Supporting Actress predictions for the Oscars 2022. Best Supporting Actor, yeah, once again, kind of weird, different, Bradley Cooper, Soggy Bottom. Yeah, I've heard he has more of a supporting role in Soggy Bottom, but definitely it's Bradley Cooper. If he gets the leading and supporting, hopefully he gets one. Richard Jenkins, The Humans. I love Richard Jenkins. So, maybe it's Richard Jenkins. Like Bradley Cooper hasn't won an Oscar. Richard Jenkins hasn't won an Oscar. I feel like Richard Jenkins, he's been in the industry for a long time. But look, we have Jared Leto. Look, that's how it stands. Jared Leto looked really, really good in House of Gucci. I know he won a Best Supporting Actor for Dallas Buyers Club back in 2014. I feel like he should get nominated anyways for House of Gucci because he looked unrecognizable as well, and that accent he was putting on was beautiful, beautiful. Going on to Best Animated Feature Film of the Year, it's pretty straightforward. The Mitchells vs. the Machines, Luca, Raya and the Last Dragon, Belle and Encanto. I've watched the top 3 on this list. Belle and Encanto, the trailer for those films look absolutely amazing. I'm really looking forward to watching them. But The Mitchells vs. the Machines really done it for me. It was the story, it was the animation style, art direction. The timing of the jokes were really funny. They didn't overdo it with the jokes. They had like the perfect amount. The Mitchells vs. the Machines would be my top slayer. So this is the last category I'm covering in this episode. This is Best Original Score. Okay, so we have 2 nominations for Alexandre Desplat. One for Nightmare Alley, one for The French Dispatch. I do believe 100% that Alexandre Desplat will get 2 nominations for both of those films. So, look, I don't know. Is it Hans Zimmer's year? Last time he won an Oscar was Lion King. The last time Alexandre Desplat won an Oscar was The Shape of Water. I don't feel like the Academy just should give it to somebody who is long overdue. I feel like if the score is worthy, then yes, Oscar. Then you have Johnny Greenwood for The Power of the Dog, Carter Burwell for The Tragedy of Macbeth. Honestly, you can't go wrong with this lineup. It is an outstanding lineup if this does happen. It's a tough category. Me personally, I would be more on Alexandre Desplat, but Hans Zimmer as well, I can't really shove away his score. I've listened to a bit of his previously released score for Dune, and it was just beautiful. So I feel like we have a great score coming our way for Dune. Alexandre Desplat could kind of take us into a whole other dimension with the 2 films he's doing with The French Dispatch and Nightmare Alley. But look, once soundtracks come out for these films, I will be listening to them, analysing them, and seeing if they are worthy of a nomination. So by the next time I do another episode for this, hopefully one of the soundtracks at least are out, and I can judge then. But we will see. I've been Blizzards, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.